Hey, good morning, everyone. This is Coach Charlie Cousins. Hey, this morning I want to talk just real quick about some leadership characteristics. In our facility, all of our coaches, we're training them to be leaders as well as our students. And sometimes I think that we need to be leaders in ourselves as well. So if I don't know how to lead myself in the right direction, how could I possibly lead someone else? And understanding exactly how to lead, I think, is a big secret in life, because once I understand this concept, all other things can basically just follow a system, and I have a way to get things done regardless if I'm leading myself towards something or if I'm leading someone else towards a certain goal. So Tony Robbins says that there's three different elements of leadership. The first element of leadership is seeing things as seeing things as they are, but not worse than they are. So, as martial artists, as individuals, as employees, as business owners, we all go through struggles, right? So, as we go through these struggles, we can look at them as a positive thing or as a negative thing. Maybe you've heard of people say, are you a glass half empty or a glass half full type of person? And this is exactly that. Um, there basically are four different seasons that you can apply to life, right? There's winter, summer, spring, and fall. So winter is when everything is gloomy, everything is bad, everything seems like it's going wrong and it's never going to get better. Spring, this is when things are growing, things are getting better for you. Maybe you have a business and your business is growing, or you're a martial artist and you just received a stripe and you're growing and you feel progress. Now, summer are things when, it's going pretty well. We've had some accomplishments and things are definitely moving in the right direction. And then fall. Fall is the time of reaping, right? So this is when we are just getting all of the benefits of all the hard work that we went through summer and spring. So if you were to ask yourself, if you looked around yourself and the people that you're around most often, what season do you think that most people say that it is right now? Whether we're talking about economy or people's personal situations, usually most people say it's winter, okay? Because I think we tend to be a little bit more on the pessimistic side. So we always have to, this is kind of trailers back to, we have to see things as they are, but not worse than they are. So let's compare this to someone that maybe just had a mixed martial arts competition. So I've had to deal with this in the past. Let's say that this fighter worked for 12 straight weeks, and they worked really, really hard. They worked with several, different coaches and learning all different types of martial arts. And even though they worked very, very hard, at the end they lost. Right, so that's a tragic thing for a fighter, and I'm just giving you this example because I've been through it myself. So you can look at this in two different ways. You can look at this as I'm never going to get better, and there's always going to be somebody better than me, and I should just quit right now and never fight again. Or you can look at it as, I'm going to learn a lot from this. I'm going to watch the videos. I'm going to get better from this. I'm going to clean up my weak areas and make myself even better. And we're going to grow from here. We're going to learn from it. And in the end of the day, it's going to be great that I lost that fight, because I'm going to grow and make myself, again, much better from doing that. So you can look at that in two different lights. So regardless of if it was a positive or a negative, we continued to get better from that situation. So the second part of the element is seeing things as better than they are. So we talk about this idea of reframing in our instructor course, which is kind of what I just explained as, even if you experienced a loss or you had a negative in your life, can we see it as being a benefit? So there's a lot of people, which I'm sure that you've heard, that have benefited and reaped in, periods of horrible negative times. There's actually a movie that just came out. It's called The Big Short. If you've never seen it, go see it. It just came out to like in the movie store. And in that movie, it talks about a group of people that they saw the housing market collapse before it collapsed. So what they did is they shorted the stocks and they became multi-billionaires because of it. So they saw a negative time coming, so they decided to benefit off of it. So when everyone else thought it was horrible, they were benefiting from it. So that is kind of an example of, seeing things as better than they are in a time of tragedy, I guess you could say, especially in 2008. And then the last part is making things better than they are. So we had a time of tragedy. We saw things as they were, not worse than they were. The second part was continuing to make sure that we drive in the right direction. And the third part is making them better than what they are. So if we're constantly going around, looking at the negativity, like I talked about the example of, the fighter that lost a fight. If that fighter were just to give up on himself and never grow from it, what good would that experience have done? It would have done him absolutely nothing. But because he decided to grow from that, he's going to watch films now. He's going to clean up on his weak areas. He's going to make his strong areas even stronger. Now he is making that negative situation into a real positive. He's taking action towards turning that negative into a positive. So I know it's kind of long-winded, and this is kind of, I hope that this is making sense to you. But if we always look at the negative side of things and we don't take them as a positive, how will we ever learn to lead, right? So as a leader, you always have to look at the positive in life. And if you want to be able to lead yourself and influence other people towards positivity, this is a key factor. If we use these three key elements, it's definitely going to help us in life, and you can apply this to pretty much anything you're doing. So I hope this makes sense to you guys. Thank you for listening. Until next time, live strong. Thank you. Have a good day.